Good morning, welcome to Bitcoin Bounce. I've been sitting and looking at this Bitcoin chart, and we have a band between 24,500 and 18,500, and Bitcoin is now at a very low. If you're looking to buy Bitcoin, this is actually a very good time to buy Bitcoin because we are bouncing at the bottom of this sideways block. Now, I expect that Bitcoin is going to bounce between 18,500 and 24,500 for a long time. And the longer it can do it, the more momentum Bitcoin buys, stores up in order to go up to that 90,000 projected dollar level that we probably going to get at in a year or so from now. But today, I looked at this and I thought to myself, we are making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lower lows. And is this a big problem, all these low lows? Because low lows usually means you're in a downtrend. Is Bitcoin going to hold support, or is it still just going sideways? Now, right now, when you look at the range, we're definitely still in a range. We're going sideways. That means we should bounce at the bottom, go back up to 24,500, come back to 18,500, and go up and down like that until we have a break of that 24,500 level. So the question is, are we going to keep in this range, or might we even go lower? Now, I watched this video of Steve from Crypto Crew University, and I really like Steve because his long-term perspective is very strong, and he still reckons that the bottom is in, but there is quite a few indicators that makes him worried. So I thought, let's watch this clip together, and I would like for you to tell me in the comments, what do you think? Do you think Bitcoin is going to go lower, or do you think we're going to stay range bound?
We're going to be jumping in to this chart as well as a couple others. I need to show you this chart, which is on the 3-week. There's a couple cool things happening there. And then we're going to give the latest and greatest what's happening with this candle right here. It's very, very critical. But all 3 of those charts will be covered in detail right now, including just the facts. All right. So right now we're on the 2-week chart, and we have the stochastic RSI down here at the bottom. We've got price action, which is happening, a couple cool things happening in price action, but we've got to start with the stochastic RSI, which is our momentum. And right now we're in deep trouble. This is a major concern. And again, I'm on the record saying that the bottom is in, and I want to leave that in limbo, and I want to talk and address that at the end of the video. Has my stance changed? How crazy could it get if Bitcoin did something similar to the other 2 times and crashed maybe an additional 57%, or worst case scenario, 73% like it did in 2014? Because we are repeating this pattern, and our stochastic RSI is our momentum, and our momentum right now is heading down. You can see that we brought this up a few weeks ago when it wasn't confirmed yet. We didn't officially have a cross down yet, and now we officially have a cross down, very similar to what we did back in April of this year. We had a cross down at precisely this 20 level. This 20 level is so critical for the stochastic RSI. So right now we have the orange line on top, which we do not want. That means our momentum is heading down. And you can see that when we zoom out and we look at these big moves, this happened right near the 20, a rejection from the 20 right here in the 2018 crash. And this is where we went from here to here, a 57% decline. And this was the bigger one. This was back here in 2014, when again, our momentum was rising. Everybody was getting super excited. Everybody thought we had bottomed here. And then we rallied all the way up to here. And then people were like, that's it. The bottom is in. We're back to the moon. Prices are going back where they should be. We're going to be at a new all-time high. And we got some resistance from that 20 level and crashed down from that 20 level. And that resulted in a 73% decline to our actual market bottom. So things could get pretty rough, right? There's a couple charts that make me nervous. This is definitely the number one, because the stochastic RSI with our momentum is everything. And right now our momentum is going to crash through this 20 level. So the question becomes, well, is there anything that can happen to save this? Is there anything that can happen to turn this around? How likely is it to happen that we crash an additional 50-something%, and what price would that bring it to? I want to cover all of those things, and then I'm going to follow all of that up with what I think is going to happen. Now, back to our chart here. I want to cover the facts first, including these other two charts, and then I'm going to give my opinion. But the facts here are very, very clear. This is nothing to play with. A lot of people will look at smaller time frames. This 2-week time frame with the stochastic RSI, you can see it clear as day right in front of you. This move has played out a few times. They've all ended the same way. So will this time be different? Well, let's just cover a couple facts first. If we were to decline something, 50 something percent, where would that even bring us, right? So right now, let's look and just take a little measured move. If we're dropped 50%, we're at 9.5K already. And if we drop like what we did last time, 57, we're here at 8K. And I know everybody's dancing in their chair because a lot of people, by a lot, I mean, the high majority of people have been calling that we're going to go below 10K. And this could be the chart that could make it happen. This could be the chart that finally comes in and where they say, see, here it is. And they very well could be right. And we're going to cover that more in detail, but let's cover a couple more facts first. I do want to cover this. This is a 3-week chart. There's a few things happening in the 3-week chart. We're going to talk about one of the things up here, and then we're going to talk about one of the things down here. The thing down here is pretty interesting, and I can't wait to get to it. But here, you can see this candle here. Do you know what this candle is? This candle is found at a particular area inside of the chart. It's typically found at the bottom of the downturn. And it's a dragonfly doji, okay? So this printed on the 3-week chart, a dragonfly doji, which means a trend reversal to the upside, which means that this downtrend that we've been in, this candle has the power to reverse trend. It's not a huge dragonfly doji, but it's big enough for us to say, hey, this is pretty good. This is a good move for the bulls. We'll see how it plays out over the next couple candles, but we should have a couple more candles be a little bit higher over the next 3 to 6 weeks. We should have some candles up here based on this dragonfly doji. That's number one. Number two, let's look at the stochastic RSI, because again, what we were just covering is the 2-week stochastic RSI. This is the 3-week. We've got to look for some confluence in the markets, in the charts. We can't just go with one opinion. We've got to look at multiple levels, multiple layers of charts, and have a clear and concise avenue of what we think is going to happen. We can't just base it off of one thing. Now, when we study this chart, a couple things become clear. Number one, if we look at the stochastic RSI movement of right now, you can see where we're at and what's happening. We'll just go ahead and delete these so it's a little bit clear. But you can see that we had this high, we had a lower high, and now we're at a lower high, where this high crossed down, the lower high crossed down, and this one is crossing down as we speak. And this has happened before. It's actually happened pretty precisely back in 2014. If we go ahead and zoom in here, you could see we had a high with a cross down, a lower high with a cross down, and another lower high with a cross down. But that's where things got interesting, was this area right here, because we had our third lower high cross down, and that's where we finally took off. Okay, so if we're looking at and comparing it, it's pretty similar. We can compare the price action. Both are in a bear market, right? This cross down caused a huge crash. This cross down caused another huge crash. And then we got to our final cross down, which was a fake out. It was a fake out cross down, and then we had our cross up, which signaled the beginning of the bull run. How interesting. So we may ask ourselves, is it even possible that we could have a fake cross down and a move up, meaning our momentum fakes us out like it's moving down, but really starts to move up in a large way? And what we need in the market when we're in a bear market is momentum. The only thing we need is momentum. Without momentum, price won't move. We'll continue going sideways. Now, if we look forward to 2022, you can see that a high cross down, a lower high cross down, and this one. So we could be doing that, right? I just want to state the facts first and then talk about my honest opinion at the end. But the facts are the facts. We just had another cross down on the 3-week. And what's going to happen? Is it going to continue down, or is it going to be a fake out? We will discuss in a moment. Now, let's get to the third chart. The third chart is something that we presented a very, very long time ago. We said 20K is not the number. Maybe we said that like 6 months ago or something like that. We said 19.5K is the level, and that's the level to watch. And look at what we've done with 19.5K. Beautiful body of support, beautiful body of support, beautiful body of support, month after month after month. That's why we said 6 months ago, 7 months ago, 19.5 was the key. But we also said if we were to break 19.5, we're going to fall to 13.7. Just based on the fundamentals. Look at what's happening. Based on the facts and the charts, 13.7 is the strongest level in Bitcoin. It's the most critical level. It has the most touch points. It's the strongest level. We can't debate that. What we do have is some trouble. You can see this body of the candle here. Right now, as we speak, we're breaking this level. All right. Luckily for us, this candle closes at the end of the month. It's not official yet. What you need to see at the end of the month, when you look at the calendar, it's the end of the month. We're at 11:59 UTC time. We need Bitcoin to be above 19.5. That's all we're asking. That's all we're asking. That'll be very bullish. It will be incredibly bearish if on that same day, at that same time, you look at the price of Bitcoin and we are below 19.5, we're in some trouble. We're in some trouble because that could mean we could plummet to the next level here, which is 13.7. So if this were to close below here at the month's end, it would be our breakthrough candle. We would need a confirmation candle and that we would be heading here to 13.7. That's how charts work. Hate it or love it, but these are the facts. If you love the facts, that's why you just subscribe to our channel. We cover just the facts. We cover the largest moves in crypto, and we try to be a couple steps ahead of everybody else. Now, let's get to what we really think is going to happen. We covered the facts here on our 2-week chart with this cross down, major. We covered the facts on our 3-week chart with yet another cross down, which could be a false signal. We covered this Dragonfly Doji, and we also covered our 19.5 with the, right now, it's looking pretty grim. So what do we think is going to happen? What's our prediction? Well, let's start with this chart. What we need with this chart is we need further confirmation, right? This candle will close very soon. It will give us more inside information of what's going on, but we need to get back above this 20 level. If you want Bitcoin to be bullish, this has to be a fake out. We need it to be. If this continues down, price is going to follow, all right? There's no chance that this continues to fall down like this and price stays where it's at. It's not going to happen. If this continues to fall, price will follow and it will get fairly ugly. You can see the other 2 times we had this happen was a 57% decline, 59% decline, and the other 3rd time was 73. It's not a signal you want to play with. This is a very aggressive signal with a lot of power behind it. So we need to reverse trend here. We have to. Now, with the middle chart, the 3-week chart, this could very well be a fake out, and it looks very similar to here, which is a good sign for us, and this will help to drive the market. But we need Bitcoin to react fast, and we've got to get the 3-week back above here. And last but not least, closing above 19.5. What I think is going to happen, I hope by the end of the month we close above 19.5 and we make this 2-week chart into a fake signal and the 3-week chart starts to move to the upside. I still believe that the bottom is in, although this chart is starting to scare me more and more. I'm still on the side that Bitcoin has bottomed. I know this is not a popular opinion. I know I'm going to be destroyed in the comments every single video I make, but we've been calling for the bottom to be in for about 90 days and nothing has come in yet to move me from that position. And this is the closest thing. This is the closest thing that's come in to try to move me, to sway me from this position. The main thing I'm looking for here is a couple days from now, when this closes, then we'll have a lot more idea of what's happening. Because this is a 2-week chart, we're gonna have a lot more data and I'll be looking to that. But right now, I still stand where I am.
Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Dion and myself are going to be back again Monday morning, and Dion is going to give us a signal, and we expect some good things to happen next week. We are right now on this weekend at a low, so if you want to buy Bitcoin, I think this is an excellent chance to buy Bitcoin right now. Every time when Bitcoin goes low, I think everyone should buy a little bit of extra Bitcoin and just better their position. Well, please hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on Monday.